Hello.
What's going on, Aiden? Glad to have you here. Are you new to the
Wait, I
community?
can't hear anything. I hate it. Now I'm good.
Can you hear me?
Yep. What's up? How you
Awesome.
doing?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Doing also pretty good.
Good. Awesome. Are you new to the community?
Yeah, just a few days now.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Where are you calling in from?
Calling from Switzerland.
Switzerland. That's what's up, man. Heck, how old are you, man?
Um, Very young. I'm 14.
14. Let's go, man. Getting into the game early. I freaking love it.
Definitely.
That's awesome, man. Well, what got you, dude, what got you into sales? What got you looking into sales right now?
Phew, such a long story, but Emma just tried to say it in like two sentences.
Yeah.
Basically, I got like really interested into the psychology of just normal psychology of humans and kind of how to negotiate. So I got really deep into it. I read a few books, really watched a lot of podcasts and so on. Then I thought like, hey, if I'm already studying everything about this, why don't I just try to do a job that is exactly about this?
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
that's how I got into it.
Heck yeah. Are you already looking for jobs right now? Have you already started applying?
Yeah, kind of looking for jobs, but let's say it's so bad. Like, bro, 98% of the offers full on scam,
Yep.
like all scam offers. Like, you probably know that.
Oh yeah, dude. Been in the industry quite some time. What are some offers that you're looking into right now?
It really depends. Like, I know I shouldn't be saying like anything, but like, I'm just looking at anything right now. But like, my main goal would be something with social media growth or just something along the lines of that.
Social media growth.
Like whatever, like YouTube automation, agencies, just something in social media. Like I have like a few years of experience in that as well.
Okay, awesome. Um, so any type of marketing agencies, there's so he was a coach in the community. His name's Taylor. What's his last name? Let me see here. Taylor. Taylor O'Hare. If you
Hmm.
follow him on Facebook, he runs the team for um, the big YouTube guy, YouTube automation guy. Um,
Really
yeah, I forget the
interesting.
guy's name. I want to say it's Choi or something like that, or um,
Troy.
but he runs a couple of teams. He's out of the UK. He runs a couple of big teams. Other areas, just to kind of like when looking for jobs, when it's so vast, it's very difficult. It's like honing in on one thing. Um, Things that can like other opportunities. If you go into companies that are like growing, like teaching people how to grow their school community or their WAP community, those are pretty. A lot of those businesses are going to be in like their startup phase, but it's where you're going to get your chances. Um, the way that I see, Bill, you were on last week. Do you have a job? I think you got a job, didn't you?
No, I don't have a job in remote sales.
Okay, gotcha. And then Versal, do you have a job in remote sales right now?
No, I don't. I
What's your
had a
job?
job, but then I
Oh, car
left it.
dealership
Yeah.
right now, bro. You selling cars?
So, no. I'm just at work
Okay,
and my schedule is a bit of messed up. So I was like, I'll just join during my break.
awesome. So, what I would do, and this is how I look at things, is if you want to find a good opportunity, you have to find a niche first. So like with
Hmm.
Aiden, if he's in like social media growth, looking at do you want to look at like social media marketers? Do you want to look at like when thinking about social media marketing, who are they working towards? So they're more B2B. So anyone that's doing social media marketing is going to probably be working towards other businesses.
Hmm.
And do you want to be selling B2B right now, or do you want to be selling B2C? And being able to look at that B2B, I would say if it's at a high level business with online business, it's going to be mostly over Zoom.
Mhm.
Aiden, what I would say for you right now is getting something on the phone, not over Zoom, but on the phone,
Yeah.
because your voice does not sound like you're 14,
All
right?
right. That's
And
something
so,
new.
but it's something that you have to think about, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. 100% already knew that I really need to get something on the normal call, or I'd need to fake like being 18.
exactly. And so now it's like, if you focus, okay, maybe I want to go more B2C, like, what does that look like? And maybe it is, a little bit early on business, or is it selling like YouTube automation? It's
Hmm.
still in that social media marketing realm, but it's selling a product to an end user. And then when
Yeah.
you can hone in on what you're looking for, then you just go find the best three companies in that niche. And then you go look
Hmm.
at like what is going to make a great company. And if you're looking at YouTube automation people, like I would just look for someone that's been around for 3 years. You've been around 2, 3 years. It means you have lead flow. It means that you have old leads that I can go jump into, and be able to get in after something. Looking at two things here. One being a great system. So
Hmm.
if you find a big company, don't don't be afraid to take a low level position in a big company because then you're going to learn a lot. But also right now, you can take risk. Like you're in like the holy risk category right now of take as much risk as
Yeah.
possible. If you found a startup that's within like 3 to 6 months of starting up and you can just have a really great vibe with the owner, that alone, watching him go, and remember, you're gonna judge him. That's what we do. Like as human beings, we judge heavily. Like
Hmm.
everybody in life, we're always judging. You guys are learning from me, but by learning from me, you guys are also judging me on things that I do well, things that I don't do well. It's just
Yeah.
natural. And so when you guys go learn from someone, you guys are going to be judging them and you guys are going to be looking at what they do well and what they don't do well. And right now is one of your greatest opportunities of go learn how to build a business from somebody else's mistakes. You have nothing to lose. If you're sitting here and you're like, "Hey, parents are doing the bills, like I have very little overhead." I would go take a risky position to learn a lot of information. And then I
Yeah.
would take that lot of information and then go into a system that I can put in a whole bunch of money into. Because then that'll actually give you the know-how on how to actually go through the ranks. Because
Hmm.
well, I just saw this guy build his business. Now I'm coming over here. Now this business has already been built, but now you know how to add to the business and make it fresh.
Hmm.
So now you can actually start to add to businesses. And so there's a strategy to finding opportunities and finding jobs that can actually help benefit your future and also helps to like strategize what type of opportunity you want to find. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. So just trying to figure out like anything, even though it's completely risky, just in the beginning and down the line. When I got everything down, I should go something with, let's say, a more safe job offer.
Well, hopefully by the time you need money, you're going to be making so much money that you don't need safe.
Yeah,
Right now is the whole opportunity to take risk.
yeah.
So it's finding maybe that opportunity with the business owner works out incredibly well and you're able to help him build his business and you make a ton of money doing it.
Hmm.
Maybe that's what it is. But it's about the learning experiences. And if you can continue to get learning experiences in, that's going to be huge. And Aiden, for you, there's a guy named Luke Beavis inside of the Set It or Closer community. And I want you to seek him out and have a
All
conversation.
right.
I started working with him at like 16. And
Phew.
by the time he was 18, he was making 15K a month.
Holy.
So go talk with him and just kind of pick his brain because he also, by the time he was 18, or I don't think he's 18 yet. I think by the time he was 17 or something, he had already invested 25,000 into his education and sales.
Yeah, that's impressive to be honest. Like really just reinvesting.
But go talk to him, talk about his mindset about it, talk to him about where he's at. He's a setter manager right now. And
Hmm.
like 19 or something like that as a setter manager. And I think he's probably taken more just like mentorship than probably most people in their 30s. So you're
It
definitely,
really shows dedication.
yep, you're definitely in a good spot. Um, Bill, how's your hunt for a job going?
Me, I think me and Aiden were basically like looking on the same Facebook platforms, and most of them are appointment setting platforms. So I don't know if it's that like scammers are looking for people who are doing appointment setting.
Um, so stay away from anything that sends you to a Telegram, right?
Okay.
Telegram links are a no-go. There is a list in the Setter to Closer course of people to follow on Facebook. Have you guys followed those people?
Yeah. Hey, people to follow?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's like a
Yeah,
list of
you
like
did, Bill.
100 people to go through and follow, and then go through and look at their feed and see like, I mean, I see stuff every day on Facebook being dropped from like reputable people on opportunities. It's just a matter of following those people and then being in that same vicinity of them. And like follow recruiters, follow Taylor, um, Zach Brown, follow anyone from like the closers.io platform, Cole Gordon's old company, follow people from um, Nick Elia, he runs a company called salespros.com, I think, which his whole company is just based on recruiting. I'd go follow all of those guys. They continuously drop stuff on jobs that you guys can go look at.
Got it.
And then Aiden, when I was talking about like the honing in factor on what to look for,
Hmm.
there's a course in the community that's called How to Use Facebook Ads.
Yeah, I think I saw that a bit.
And so you can go into the ads category and look up companies with that given category. And
Hmm.
typically, that's a pretty good indication that if they're spending money on ads, they're probably a pretty good company to be rolling with because they're paying for it. So some
Yeah.
little things like that to kind of find like more niche opportunities in that sense.
Hmm.
Awesome. Sweet. Let's see. Edgar, do you have a job right now? Are you?
Yeah, I got onboarded just like very recently. I'm very new to this new offer that I'm on now.
Let's go. What are you doing?
It's the Burr Invest Academy with
Burn
Nate
Invest
Barger.
Academy. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very familiar with it. I
Yep.
interviewed with them back in the day as well. That's
Oh,
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah. They've been around for a minute. They have a massive Facebook group. That's what I
They
remember.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Heck,
was awesome. There was like at least three other guys from this group actually that kind of went through, and I was able to land a position with them too.
heck yeah, that's awesome, man. Um, so you're just getting started with them. How are you feeling about it?
Man, I'm like drinking out of a fire hydrant right now. I'm just going through like all the SOP stuff. Like I just shadowed one of the top guys, and yeah, I'm just kind of getting around to it all, like figuring out their processes. So it's been good.
Heck yeah, man. I love that. I always just, and this feedback that I'm going to give everyone as soon as you join an opportunity, make the biggest mess possible. Like in your first 2 weeks, there is no messing up. You don't know
Okay.
what the heck, you don't know left from right, you don't know anything. And so if you can go in and just like bust your butt, work your ass off, like I don't know if this is going right, I don't know if this is going right, but I'm putting in the work, they will be able to shape you. And that team has the guys around you to be able to shape you. And
Yeah.
so yeah, man, just like don't ever feel like you're doing anything wrong. Just go after it, and if you're doing something wrong, they'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's really solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Elias, where are you at right now, man?
What is up, man?
Are you
Uh,
Yeah, are you currently on an offer?
I would say, but it's like a DM setting offer,
Okay.
just like the first month. So seeing what's up.
How's that going?
But yeah. it's all right, but I mean, compensation wise, it's not like where I would like to be. I
Yep.
like the offer, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, definitely looking for something that pays more.
So are you only looking for DM offers, or are you looking for like to jump into like setting? What's that kind of like right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to being on the phone. It's just like um when I was like after my last offer, I kind of got this opportunity, and I told the guys like, yeah, let's see how it goes. And I like the offer, but yeah, like compensation wise, it's less than what I'm used to. Have There's the potential of making way more money, um, but it's like DM setting is kind of slow, so it will take a little bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like maybe joining like an offer where I can be on the phone. Um, yeah, something like that. It depends. As long as I can make like way more money, I'm in.
Quantify that.
But like 3K and up.
Okay. So how much are you making right now?
So this one, like the base is 500, and then I make like, well, like forgot like from every close set, it would be like 100 and something. It's like 3% or something like
3%.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
500 a month or 500 pay period?
yeah, per month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a typical like you're setting for the triager, really for the closer.
Yep. So it
So
goes
it's like a
straight
longer.
from DM to closer.
It goes DM to the triager, and then the triager will set with a closer.
Okay, so there's multiple steps to it. You're just more of getting it on the calendar for the triager to go through.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
How many DM setters are there on the team?
just two.
Okay, so there's two. How much revenue is the company doing on a monthly basis right now?
Uh, I wouldn't really know. I don't know if I had this written down somewhere, but I'm not sure.
How long have you been with the company?
Almost a month.
Almost a month.
Yeah.
You don't know what they did in the last month.
No.
Okay, do they not show these numbers front facing to the team, or are we not looking at them?
Um, so the thing is like I work for them, but I'm like through a company that manage like their setting team.
Okay. So you're third party.
So I barely like communicate with like that company. It's more like me and this company that, right? So probably they did mention that initially when I joined, but I must have forgotten. But I mean, it's like a really established team with like 80 closers or something like that.
Um, 80. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Sounds crazy, but yeah,
that
there's a
one's
lot of
question mark. One thing that I would say right now is get on immediate communication with that team. And if that recruiting agency doesn't allow you, I would leave. Like what are we doing here? I don't have access to the team. And I've been in that
I do
position.
have, I do have.
Well, no, Elias, based on what you just told me, you don't have access to everything on the team. Because if you did, you'd have all the numbers, you'd be able to see everything. Like, and that's how you make projections. And so that's where it's like if you don't have access to everything in the company, as far as like, here's the data, I see when the wins are coming through, because that's how you dictate how much money you could make. Because you're saying like you want to make 3 grand a month, so you need to make $2,500 in commissions off 3%. So if we go times 0.03, that's like what, 100 grand? 0.03. What's the ticket price that you're selling?
So there's 9K, 14K, 25K.
All right, so let's go bare minimum 9K, which another thing you should get is what's the most popular package if you don't know that yet. Do you know what the most popular package is?
Yeah, will be the 9K, 10K, yeah.
Okay, so 9K. So you need to move 11 units a month. Do you think that's a possibility?
11? Yeah.
Okay, so 11, divide that by 4. You need to move 3 units a week to hit your initial goal. And so remember, one of two things. One, do you have an opportunity where you're at? Now, I would say you need to integrate more with the team. Like the sales agency and everything is cool, but like the team is actually what's paying you. And you need to be integrated with them, a part of their process. And even like find a way to do that. Now, to hit your goal of 3K, you don't need another offer. You just need to lock in on the offer that you're on. So like figure out the social standpoint of like the relationship between the company, the sales agency, and you, where you play a piece in. Make sure that you're not getting screwed in any part of the conversation because you're essentially letting the sales agency speak on your behalf with the company. Not okay in my book. Like that's I've done that before. It's where I met Matt Moore at. Not a good opportunity at the time because we had no communication with the business owner. Like the sales agency wanted all communication to go through them. Big red flag. I want to talk directly with the guy who's paying me. That's just how I am. Now looking at it, you're making 3K. Like you move 3 units a month, you're making 3K, not even including the base pay. So that's put you at $3,500. Um, and then from there, it's just a numbers game. If you could go from 3 units a week to 1 unit a day, working 5 days a week, like do you think 1 unit a day is feasible?
Yeah, that's feasible. I mean, they're
Okay.
increasing the lead flow, so that's definitely and things started to pick up now. So
I mean, so that's $5,400 a month right there off one deal a day. They have 80 closers. They have triagers. Do you know how many triagers they have?
setters, no, but it's like a huge team. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's a huge team, so things that I think about is like the quality of lead doesn't really need to be there. Why? Because they have all the triagers that are going to do it. Your job is to basically just get them on the calendar. Hey, John, notice that you were interested in this. Was I wrong? No? Awesome. When are you available? Like, it should be like 2, 3 questions and then just get them on. Because now you're just trying to fill the volume for the triagers. The triagers will trim the fat. They'll go through and be like, "Yo, this is bad. This is good. This is indifferent." You're plowing the dirt. You're putting the dirt up on the wall. The triagers spraying off the wall trying to find the diamonds, and then they're pushing the diamonds through to the closers,
Yeah.
right? So ultimately, all your game 100% is volume, which is super easy because then it's just numbers. And if you're going through the DMs, the number one thing that is your biggest challenge is time to response. Because
Mhm.
how can I keep the attention span of whoever I'm messaging on this platform, on this app to get them booked? And that's where you need to be able to like get more straight to the point of if I'm booking a call, like that's all I'm doing. I don't, not really trying to have, and if they have you try and have conversations and stuff, I would go through and talk with them about it and be like, well, what's my number one goal? Should I just be putting more people up on calendar? Like, how can I just create volume? Because this is where like you guys are all your own business. You guys are 1099 employees. They might they might tell you, hey, this is how the job is done. Well, okay, like what's the goal of the job though? And if you break it down based on every single piece and then you look at it and go like, well, my job's just to move dirt. Well, then I want to move as much dirt as humanly possible, as fast as possible, as quick as possible. And I don't care if the dirt is blue, black, yellow, brown, doesn't matter what color the dirt is. I'm just trying to move it. If you think it's bad, then get me different dirt to move. And that's their job. You're just there to put people on calendar. And when you think about it that way, then it's like one deal a day. You backtrack the numbers, look at the data. How many sets does it take to get one deal? Okay, it takes 10 sets to get one deal. Great. I need to put up 10 sets every single day. And then that's just a volume game. And then you can optimize from there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, I would even say like you're in control. Like figure out the whole relationship between like how you got there and understand like the relationships between the powers to be.
Yeah,
And as long as everything there makes sense for you, then I would even stop looking at other opportunities. Because if you're looking at it, if they actually have 80 setters or 80 closers, like they have to be doing 8 to 10 mil a month. And so then when you look at it, like you're trying to figure out how you can make 100K to for their 10 mil. They're probably like, dude, that's not even like what you're doing isn't even efficient enough to make a dent in what we're doing. And so they might want you to look at like how could you make us 300? How could you make us $500,000 a month? And then what's your percentage on half a mil? Like that would actually make an impact. From like a manager perspective, if I had like a DM setter come to me and be like, look, how do I do this? How can I help generate an extra half mil for you guys? Woo, let's go. Like let's solve that equation. But then you have to look at it in like your aspect. Like that's 15 grand for you. Actually, can we renegotiate this base thing? Can we get rid of the base and give me an extra 0.5%? Like that's the whole name of the game. Like the base, even $500 base doesn't mean anything, which means they probably tossed it at you to get you the job because you felt like you wanted the base. Like the $500 base doesn't mean anything, and you're in 100% control over your driver's seat right there. Make sense?
yeah, totally.
Yeah, man. Dude, you just run the numbers. At the end of the day, just run the numbers and you'll be able to find your pot of gold.
Nice. That's
Absolutely.
good.
So, Adolfo, man, how are you doing?
Better than good, man.
Good. What's going on in your
Great seeing some familiar faces. Sorry.
What's going on in your world, man?
Not too shabby. I'm partnering, working together with Edgar and who else? Ben from the community also, and someone
Yeah.
else.
Ben and gosh, I forgot what his name is.
I was messaging him. I
You
was
guys
sending him
up
a
on stuff?
text.
Started with a K.
Calvin. Calvin.
Calvin,
Yeah.
what are you
Savage kid.
doing?
Go ahead, my bad.
What are you guys doing?
Again, we're getting onboarded, getting ready to start hitting the phone. As for myself and Ben, we're getting ready to hit outbound text on the Facebook group you mentioned.
Nice.
So we're gonna nurture and farm all
You
those
guys all
good
got
people.
onto the Burr method. All you guys are together.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes, sir.
go. Heck yeah. That's awesome. That's super
Yeah.
exciting. Man, real estate. You guys like anything that you guys need. Like real estate is my jam. Is like in the space. So anything that you guys need with like help understanding how to like position yourself, understanding how to talk to investors, things like that, like bring your call reviews to this call. Like this is the Airbnb space or just real estate space in general is my jam. So
Beautiful. I do have a call that we role played, Edgar and I asked him for consent at the end of it, and he said he was fine with it. So if you want to use that time for that,
let's do it. Let's do it. I think
it's
yeah.
there in the chat. And then we're gonna keep on doing some more just so we can get the reps in also.
Awesome. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Is it the whole thing is the call review? Is it
Now I would have to find the times for you. Maybe looking at the
Yeah, I just saw my
transcript
buddy's
will
computer
help. Okay, brother.
How's,
Holding
uh,
against you.
how's everything been?
Everything good, brother. Staying out of trouble.
Being the boring guy?
Exactly. Especially in Miami.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Miami is
But brother,
you're pretty crazy.
I'm a little bit jealous of you. You got the sound under your head, like.
Moxie done blah blah blah. Hey Edgar, how's it going, man?
If you click on
Hey Edgar,
transcript right
how's it
next
going?
to
Hey Edgar,
summary,
how's it going?
Say it again. We good?
You know, not too bad. It's Sunday. Can't complain. Call yourself.
This is Adolfo, man. I'm reaching out from the Burr Invest Academy with Nate Barger. Does that ring a bell by any chance?
Yeah. I just joined the Facebook group like maybe a few days ago.
Fantastic, man. Are you liking it so far?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's you see a lot of just so many people when they're posting. It's pretty good, man. So
Good to
yeah,
hear that.
just
Real
pretty
quick,
into it all.
I'm reaching out because, I see that you joined the 3-day challenge. And so I just want to, get the gist, guide you in the best way I can. Just for some context, brother, when you filled out that application, like, tell me, like, what possibly attracted your attention into wanting to get into real estate, man?
Yeah, I really just love I so I've read like Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
It was a good minute ago now actually.
Okay.
But I've always wanted to really get into like real estate because it talks about assets and building
Yeah.
like long-term wealth.
Mhm.
So I think real estate would just really be the best like place to do that. And I've just kind of been working, saving up money, and
Okay.
now I'm in a place where I feel like yeah, I want to start actually taking action to it.
Fantastic. Good for you. That's people like you who are working and making the transition from workers to business owners or entrepreneurs. Those are the best people that we have within the academy. So for you, like, tell me a little bit more with your background. You're working. What are you doing for work?
Yeah, right now I am just a biology-based engineer.
Okay. What's that? What's that about? Tell me a little more. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's the science and stuff behind biology. Some of the
All right. So Adolfo, right there. So he was talking about he's into real estate. He's been looking into it. He's wanting to get into it for the freedom. He's been setting some money aside. And you went, okay, great. So what do you do for work? So when someone gives you something to talk about, like in your script, it probably says the next thing is like, oh, dive into the work. But remember, the script is a script. It is just framework, and if you don't know what to say, here's what to say. But when they say something, oh, interesting, like what have you looked into real estate before? How long have you been looking into real estate for? I mean, when you said that you had money set aside, I'm curious, like, did you set aside a couple thousand? Did you set aside like what does that look like? Oh, I'm not really comfortable to say. Okay, no worries. Hey man, like kind of curious, like, what do you do for work then? Like what do you if you're looking to get into real estate, are you trying to leave something? And then you can kind of get back into the script and get into work. But there were some like big nuggets there on where it's like those are talking points that you want to dive into. The other part is in the beginning, be slow but prompt to respond. So don't ever try and talk over someone. If they're talking, give them their space. And then as soon as they're done talking, be prompt with it. Don't be like, "Oh, let me think about what I have to say." Like have something already right there, but you don't ever want to start a conversation as if you're already talking over them. And I know that this is a friendly call, but I would take brother out of your I would never and hopefully never call someone brother on a call. Cool.
some of the chemicals and stuff like that. I work like in a lab and whatnot, so
Okay.
it's
Cool.
it's pretty
You're
cool.
one
Yeah.
of the smart people. That's why you're here. That's why you're looking
Uh,
into real estate.
I just put one step forward, one
Okay.
foot in front of the other. Yeah, for a long.
Real quick, Adolfo, is this some like a side hustle to do with like the Bird Academy is kind of like a side hustle to go along with what you're doing, or is it more of like a transition into full investing?
So there are 4 personas, one of them being the newbie, the 9 to 5er, wanting to get into investing. And that's the frame of mind that we took into the role play.
Okay. More thinking of like the product itself. Like one of the things that do they talk about leaving their job to go full-time investing, or is it more of like invest on the side? What's kind of like the standpoint of the company?
The former, the former option you just gave me.
Invest on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Because then it just depends on how you talk to them about their job, right? Because if it's like a leave your job type deal, then, oh, I work with chemicals, I work with all that stuff. Oh my gosh, like how long you been doing that for? Have you seen any, like, you had any effects working with chemicals? Like that seems kind of gnarly because then it builds doubt in their head. But if it's not about leaving, it's more about um, being with, like, working your job and then also doing this, then you can edify the job in other ways of like, oh, awesome. Like you have a job where you have like pretty structured hours then, right? Oh, awesome. Now I'm freeing up time for them. Now I'm building the space where they can actually do this opportunity. Edgar.
Oh yeah, so just listening to like some of the calls, and also from the script, I guess it's pretty open. Like you let the prospect decide. Because I've heard some guys that will go in and be like, yeah, I do want to leave this eventually. So what would be like a good question to pretty much leave that very open for them to answer?
Um, well, so when you get into the job and they tell you, "Oh yeah, like I'm a chemist," like, "Oh, interesting," like, what do you mean by that? Like, okay, and then you dive a little bit deeper. "Oh, do you like that? How long you been doing that?" "Oh yeah, I love it." Great, I'm not going to try and talk to you out of it. Or if like, "Yeah, no, I absolutely hate my job. I need to get out of it immediately." Okay, cool. You're letting them pick their frame. Um, and then if it's like in somewhere in the middle of where they're like, yeah, it's like it's okay, but like, I'm really trying to find something else, then that means that they're looking for a hand out. Like they're like, someone please come save me. And so then you don't want to be like, oh man, I can help you out with that immediately. But it's more like, okay, so you have a pretty good job, but it's something where you want to transition into more full-time real estate, kind of have some more of that freedom from your job. Is that kind of what I'm hearing? Okay, awesome. And then you can kind of continue on. But it's more about probing where they're at psychology wise on like where are you at fitting with your job? And if I don't need you to leave your job with which typically in real estate you'd never want to leave a job because that's what's paying for the real estate. So then it's, well, could we build a timeline on and this is like later on in the call, but based on what you said with your job, like would it make sense to maybe help you build a timeline on and really figure out a plan of action to be able to put something like this together to see when it might make sense for you to potentially leave that job and go real estate full time? And that's honestly a really great bridge into pitching the call because now you're building a plan with them. And the idea of on a setting call, especially with real estate, you want the feeling of the call to be as if you guys are looking at blueprints. So in the beginning of the call, we're talking here, but at the end of the call, we need to be sitting here looking at a blueprint on how we can help change your life. And the cool thing with real estate is if they're serious about real estate investing, they will give you the frame, they will give you the time to actually allow that movement to happen. Because they're not typically people that are trying to get money overnight. They understand the process. They also typically have a little bit more money and they're not just broke. So,
Okay, yeah, solid.
yep.
Long enough time, and I worked out.
And that's a job, right? Like, or is that
Yeah,
your
that's
own
my full
business?
time. That's my full time job.
What's that, like 40 plus hours or just 40 straight a week?
Yeah, I mean sometimes 45, but 40
Yeah.
hours, typical 9 to 5.
Typical 9 to 5. And okay.
Yeah,
And how long have you been doing that job, man?
yeah, man, I'm feeling old. I'm almost hitting 10 years now.
Wow, look at that. Okay, you're a loyal one.
Yeah, I
And
guess so.
so far, like, how's that going? Do you
It's
like it?
good. Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's
Okay.
been interesting. I better like it. I went to school for like 4 years, 6 years for that. So
Wow.
it's good. It's good.
Got any of the pesky debt a lot of people I hear come up with?
At the beginning, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
fortunately,
You
I've accumulated, I've collected all that. I've paid it all off. So
okay, that's all gone. Great to hear that, man. And so, like, why? Because sounds like I mean, you're well settled over there. So why not just keep on working for another, I don't know, 10 more years and build something
yeah,
up?
yeah. No, I mean, I definitely could, right? But I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be able to. Like, I want to start parking my money into like appreciating assets. I want.
A little too early in the conversation to do risk reward ratio at that. Like, definitely need to figure out their goal first of like why are you wanting to do this? What's kind of like what's your goal for this? And then why not just do what you're doing? Like why make a change? Because you're asking him why make a change, but you don't know like what change he's trying to go towards yet. Cool. Um, Another thing that I would say is leave open-ended questions. Like don't ask closed-ended questions. Like, do you like this? Do you like what you do? Yeah. No. Okay. It doesn't provide that much of a conversation. Instead of like asking them something like, well, man, look, like, you seems like you've been doing you've been a chemist for some time. How's that been going for you? Oh yeah, it's been great. Awesome. And how long you been doing it? And you see how it like it changes the conversation because now it's like the enthusiasm's on his side of the conversation, or it takes a negative turn because maybe he's not enthusiastic about it. Uh, And then yeah, when someone says college, I probably wouldn't bring up debt, like unless they bring it up. Like don't bring up pain points on something like college debt isn't necessarily something fun to talk about. But if it's one of his goals, oh yeah, I have college debt and I'm trying to get rid of it, makes sense. And so then it could be something that you could bring up later on, like if he's talking about debt, oh man, is some of that college debt? Yeah, some of that is college debt. Oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty normal. So then you're like normalizing the debt talk, and that way it doesn't, there's not so much like hard feelings about it, but it's almost more of like it helps you bring relation. Oh yeah, no, I talked to so many people that have debt from college that are trying to get into real estate to pay it off. And then you start to trigger mob mentality. Oh, there's a lot of people that are like me that are trying to do the same pathway that you guys talk to. I'm in the right spot. And so there's a lot of little ways that you can utilize your words and formulate how you use certain things to then actually bring them closer to you. Cool.
I want generational kind of wealth,
Okay.
almost
Yeah.
money to kind of be making in the background as well, like passively.
Just going back to Rich Dad kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so like why real estate and not, I don't know, like something related to the medical world or I don't know, crypto, NFTs, some of the crazy new fads coming up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, simply because, like you said, man, they're fast, right? They come and
Yeah.
go, but real estate's, been around for a really long time,
Yeah.
and that's what I've seen like the most security with. Um, and it's safer. So,
Why and just from your perspective, like why is that safety important?
yeah, I mean, really, it's gonna just be for, my family. I have a wife
Okay.
and two daughters,
The
and
daughter.
so yeah,
Daughter.
right now one of them is 9 years old and the other is 4.
Sheesh, you're in the neck of it.
Yeah, and we're getting. I don't know if I want any more, but yeah, it's painful now.
Can you afford them? Are the people going right now?
Oh yeah, and all that stuff, all that's good for sure. We're
Okay.
pretty comfortable. We're good.
And so what would it take for you to get that passive income from real estate? Like what would be, let's say, in 6 months, like with all the tools, the right information, the coaching, the guidance to make it happen? Like what would be the number you would love to be making?
Um, yeah, I mean passive.
All right, so Adolfo, right there, you got him to admit, like, talk about passive income, and then we had this like meaningless conversation. It was like passive income into like kids and ages of kids and BS. Like it just doesn't matter. And then we came back to like meaningful conversation on like passive income. It's like passive income. Okay, awesome. Like, you want to make passive income. How much do you need to be making passively to be free of where you're at right now? And have like a little bit less. It goes back to like the straight line theory on like understanding what's important conversation, what's not important conversation. And if he takes you off of the straight line to go to non-important conversation, that's okay because you're going to bring him back. But you should never be taking yourself off of the straight line because then it's not like that whole piece. Do you feel like that had a like any of that piece of the conversation between him saying passive income and right now was beneficial for you getting him booked?
My thought process in the moment was I want to find his emotional strings and pull from there.
Okay. Want to find the emotional strings and pull from there. Here's a better way to go about it. Okay. So passive income. Okay, awesome. Now, how much do you need to be able to be making passively to feel comfortable with where you're at or what's your goal? Okay. Now, what goes into that? Like, why $5,000 a month? Why $10,000 a month? Oh, because at $10,000 a month, it's going to allow me to have freedom with my kids. Like they're getting of age where they're playing sports now, and he will actually tell you much more about his life by leaving it open ended and being like, well, now why is that your magic number though? Because you're still going to have to come back around to it because you didn't really like the kids' conversation was really passed over. There wasn't any benefit of it yet. And so it could be later on, but the number one thing is we still need to get the goal. And passive income isn't a goal, it's just an ideology. It's a thought. It's an idea. So we still need to actually get the goal that he's looking for to then actually relate the goal to his pain and his reasons why he's doing it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Probably, like, per month in real estate, like I'd love to be producing, I don't know, six to 10,000 or so in cash flow every month.
Lovely. Sure, let's raise the bar and let's keep it at 10. How about that? Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, 10 would be awesome. Yeah, I know
Do
it
you
takes some
believe?
time, but we'll be there.
Yeah. But do you believe it's possible?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's just a matter of, putting in the work.
Fantastic. Great. I love to hear that. And that alone demonstrates you're going to be successful at it. And so now we have the projection, let's say 6 months from now. What's the baseline, brother? Where are we right now from your job? How much are you
Yeah.
making?
So I'm currently doing like right at 120 a year. So 10K is the base.
Okay.
I'd love to, slowly start supplementing, and then 10 would completely, take it out of the picture, and I could focus full time on this.
Okay, so the goal initially will be just replace your income and then focus on something else?
Yeah, so
What would
just
that be?
eventually be able to just kind of leave my job so I can just, be with real estate, and I could focus on this rather than kind of, just working so much all the time. So that'd be awesome.
Working so much all the time. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like I guess more so when I say like so much,
Mm-hmm.
it's more so like working so much for the company that I'm with, right? And it's like in terms of, I've been there for 10 years, so I've just put so much work
Yeah.
into someone else's kind of business or their life,
Yeah.
their kind of success. Like, don't get me wrong, I make good money and everything. So
Okay.
that's why eventually, I can replace that, and I
Yeah.
put that towards, my
And that,
my life.
yeah, and it sounds like in the horizon, like that's been 10 years, but like on a day-to-day basis, like how much time are they forcing you out of your day?
I mean, it's like 8 to 9 hours a day.
Okay, and you said what, a 10-year-old and 4-year-old? Is that what it was?
Mhm.
And like out of all that time at work, like how much are you giving them right now?
Usually when I get back from work like right at 5:30. They're off from school and everything, so I have until 5:30 until their bedtime. Then again, I gotta kind of spread it out for the wife, for the
Yeah.
kids, regular.
I don't know about you, man, but when I was in my personal 9 to 5, I would get home and I would really be drained, to say the least. Can you kind of relate to that, or what's the case for you? Are
Sorry,
you
you said like feel drained?
Yeah, drained, just working all those 8, 9 hours and giving my best, and you working with chemicals and poisons and potions, like I don't know, do you get home and you still have energy?
So, I'll open it up to you before I give you my feedback. What are you trying to do right here? Like, what's the end result that you're trying to get him to see and do?
I wanted to build that gap of pain.
So you want to build a gap of pain. Does he have any vision yet?
All I have right now is he wants to make passive income $10,000. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adolfo, in your head right now, you're making $10,000 a month. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made $10,000 a month?
Personally, yes.
Okay. So you've personally made $10,000 a month. Is $10,000 a month really enough, or really what you thought it was going to be, and the type of lifestyle you'd be able to have?
No.
Not at all. So if you know that, and he is currently making $10,000 a month, and his dream is to make $10,000 a month to be able to replace his job, right? And you guys might not know this yet, but real estate investing is not passive at all. Like you have to go replace stuff. Like there's a lot that you have to do in real estate investing. Like there's a lot to go into it. Now, can you make it passive? 100%. You can get management properties and all this stuff in companies. But back to the purpose of this is building the vision of understanding now, okay, so you've been working this job for 10 years. and you're currently making $10,000 a month and you want to be making $10,000 a month right now. Now, obviously, we understand that it's not going to be overnight switch, right? You're just not going to be able to go out with one, in with the other, right? That doesn't really make sense, does it? Well, no, you're right. Like that doesn't really make sense. Okay. And so now if we were able to get you to $10,000 a month through real estate investing, would you hold on to your job for maybe like 1 or 2 more years and really just build up that investment bank so then you could maybe get up to like 20,000 or even maybe $30,000 a month off real estate and then make that move? Like, do you think that might be a little bit smarter for you? Well, yeah. Like that would be way better. Like $30,000 a month off real estate investing, like that would be awesome. Okay, and now what would $30,000 a month be for you? Like what would that do for your family? And you see how you build the vision of like I'm not trying to like get you to like understand why you need to make this switch. I'm trying to build it so big so you're like, "Holy crap. It's not about 10,000. I'm thinking too small. It's about 30,000. How do I go get to 30,000 in the next 5 years?" Because if you talk to this guy, well, you've been doing your job for the last 10 years. Why not just stick with it for another 5 and then you could be free after that? In the next 5 years, do you think if you did everything the right way, you had the backing behind John and Joe over here with the Burr method and they'd be able to show you exactly what they did on how they've been able to help thousands of investors just like yourself? Well, yeah, I think that could happen. Okay, so do you think there's anything that's stopping you from making 30 grand a month except for time? Well, no. Okay, great. And you see how that's such a different conversation of like I just took him high to build his vision, and then I can go and get the same exact thing that you're trying to get as well as like, but like, what about the timing? What's that going to do? Well, how's that going to help you? And then you can come back to the timing because what's your life going to look like at 30 grand a month compared to your life right now at 10 grand a month? And how's that going to affect your family? And you see how it's like it's a way more weighted question because I built the vision so much higher and then I just go like and then I bring it down low instead of like we're trying to like basically switch a one for one. Does that make
I see
sense?
the point. Absolutely. And I could have probably made the call shorter. Would you agree? By doing, or would have been the same?
Call length and stuff doesn't really matter. It's
Okay.
like not right now. Like I wouldn't worry about call length. I'd worry about value opportunity and value stacking and thinking about how can I add value and add vision to their value and then talk about like now where you're at now to where you want to be, what's like stopping you, what's that going to look like, what's all this stuff, because now I've built the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tear it down and then rebuild it through the pitch because you tore down something that you built. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of you tearing, like if you try and tear down something that is them, that's gonna feel like you're a dick. Instead, I'm just going to control your emotions. And it goes back to I think you might have been on, maybe not, but um I did a training of like emotional grabbing and basically being able to go meet them where they're at and then be able to take them on the journey of the conversation, which I can go over on another day, but um this is like in no way is this bad. I'm just giving you ways of where it could be better in like different thought processes and things like that on different ways to format the conversation. It all starts up here. It has nothing to do with like framework, has nothing to do with the script or anything like that. It just has to do with your like where do you want to take them on the sales journey and thinking about like the process of doing that. And if you don't make it technical, but you more just make it on like what do I want them to feel and then how do I get them to feel it, then you'll be able to make that connection a lot easier. Make sense?
Absolutely, man. Uh,
I'm
I
gonna
know
keep
time's running out. It's for you. I don't know if
I'm
you want
gonna keep playing it. Yeah. Are you guys all good if I keep playing it? Yeah? Cool.
to do
Good.
for them.
Yeah, like at times I'll feel very kind of drained, sure.
Yeah.
And I would go through and Yeah, that's like how I would feel, you know?
And when you say drain, like what does that look like for you guys?
It's it's really more of like I just want to lay down, you know, turn on the TV,
Yeah.
kick my feet back, just kind of go home, eat the dinner, and just stay home, right? Just
Are
spend
you
that time there.
are you able to do that right now? Just the way things are going?
After work, yeah, like that's what I do when I feel drained, yeah.
Okay. Are you okay with that? Or would you like more?
No, I mean I definitely love to spend more time with them.
Mm-hmm.
And just ultimately, like I said, spend more time into, I guess, like me, like my, I guess you call it, yeah, like a business, right? Myself as a business and not work for someone else.
Good, man. It's just again falling back on that rich dad mentality. And
Mhm.
so for you, like just having that background and that mindset, like what are the ramifications of you not diving into real estate and having that passive income? Do you possibly see yourself that like the
With that, you're trying to go negative with it. What's the ramifications? I would try and go to a positive of because you're it's like a double negative, right? You're talking about a negative subject and then you're hitting them with a negative. And so then it's like that conversation isn't fun. And so then you have to think about like, oh yeah, I'm not spending time with my kids like I want to. I just feel drained. I'm just turning on the TV, being a lazy slob. Like this is just like my life right now. Man, like I totally hear you on that. I mean, is there ever a time when you didn't feel that way? Like, is there a time that you can think back to of maybe when finances were a little bit different, maybe you had something going on? Yeah, like I had this going on or this or like maybe financially I was a little bit better. Okay, and so do you see that like or basically be like, okay, so like are you kind of thinking that like by you getting into real estate, you'll be able to get back to that point where then you might have a little bit more motivation, a little bit more energy to go after something, even though you might still be doing your job, but you're feeling a little bit more invigorated to go after something? Yeah, that's exactly. And so now it's like you're getting like that drive and that vigor, but without going negative to it. You're actually taking that negative into a positive and you're kind of stacking on it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That actually makes more sense in what I wanted to achieve. Like I wanted to go from positive solution awareness to consequence, and I see it clear now.
Yep. And it happens with like, every conversation is a little bit different. That's why there's so much learning that has to happen. And there's a lot of different ways that you can go about it, but when someone's already like in a negative frame, I don't want to be negative with them. I want to empower them. And that's the difference on like that's really going to be the biggest differentiating factor in being successful or not successful is understanding, okay, like this person, maybe they're just in la la land and they have no idea that like they're not doing the right thing. So I need to take them down to Hell Island and I need to show them and get them to feel the heat and then I need to build them back up with our process. But with someone that's like, just kind of already down, isn't really motivated, I need to empower them and things that I'm bringing to them, I need to feel empowering. And it should also feel empowering to you because when you actually empower someone, your passion, your everything is there with you. And you're like, yeah, man, like we can do this. We can help you get there. Like it's like that conviction and everything's with it, which then, especially in real estate, you guys can get people hooked and just so fast. And especially with your guys' offer, like it's been around, the testimonials, everything's there. One of the things that I wrote in on my notes is like know some testimonials. If you guys know 3 or 4 testimonials like the back of your hand, in that moment when you talked about your own story, Adolfo, nobody ever wants to hear you talk about your own story. It just doesn't matter because you're trying to sell me. Like, don't talk about your own thing. But if you can use a testimonial, man, dude, you sound just like Mark when he came in. He had an amazing job. He had some young kids going on. He just knew that in the future he wanted to spend more time with his kids and less time at his job. And so when he was able to get in, he started with us and 3 years later, he's now able to do 40, 50K a month. Like, could you even imagine that for yourself? Huh, Mark. Show me more of Mark. Who's Mark? Let me go talk to Mark. Let me get in. How do I get in? Like, because you're giving him someone that's living their dream. And so if I could just be in vicinity of someone living my dream it means that my dream could also become a reality.
For that, or what's the case?
Yeah, I mean, I just keep working for someone else. I don't think I'd really get anywhere in another 10 years. I'd be like in the same position, maybe not a whole lot of change, Yeah, I just wouldn't.
That could be trouble, man. All right. So Edgar, no, I just wanted to connect with you, get to know you a little bit better, and I appreciate you like taking the time, sharing with me. Now, is it okay if I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Perfect. So, with everything you share, I feel like what we have within the Bear Invest Academy is just the appropriate formula to help you get to the 10,000 per month, as you said, with passive income, and then helping you like become that rich dad, as you were mentioning, and helping you having that time with your family. So, what I could do right now would be to set you up on a quick call with one of my colleagues. His name is Alex, and then he can dive deeper into the program, the step by step, and then he will give you a game plan for you. How's that sound? Would that help you?
Yeah, no, I'd 100% I'd be open to something like that. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so do me a favor. Do you have your calendar by any chance? Like,
Yeah, I have it.
okay, cool. So Alex is gonna be available later today, 5 p.m. and also tomorrow morning, if that works better for you. I have 10 a.m. EST. Which one's better for you?
I have like a soccer game later tonight with, for one of the kids.
That's okay. Okay,
I
if it's
wouldn't.
for
Can
kids,
I
I don't
take
want to
it?
miss that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just an hour, you said?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
not even an hour. It should be like, I don't know, let's say just being conservative, 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, like you could do tomorrow at 10.
Tomorrow at 10?
Yeah.
Any reason you wouldn't make it? I don't know, any lab rats or anything like that coming your way?
No, I mean, it's only 20 to 30 minutes. That's in between lunch, so
Okay.
I can take it then at work. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna set you up. Do me a favor, double check your email. I just sent you that invitation. Check
Ain't nobody buying on their lunch break. Come on, we're not setting people on the lunch break. That ain't happening. Okay, guys. So real quick here, when you are pitching, right? I want you, if I could do something for you, it would be I would take your credit card out of your wallet and swipe it on there. Would you like me to do that? That's what it sounds like when you guys say, if I could do that for you, if I think this is the best thing. I think the best thing for me would be able to get you and your credit card on this call. It's not about what I want. All right, based on this conversation, do you feel like it would make sense to be able to have a deeper dive and get more of a roadmap on how you could be able to actually get real estate to just not equal your current job, but also be able to get up to some of the goals that we were talking about? Would you like to see if that's a possibility? Yeah, 100%. Okay. Now, if I could potentially steal, I'm doing something for you now. If I could potentially steal 30 minutes of time from one of our executive consultants' calendars, would you find value to that? Yeah, I would find value to that. Okay. Now, when are you available? Morning, afternoon, or evening? Okay. Afternoon? Okay. What time in the afternoon? Oh, 10 a.m. Gotcha. Didn't you say that you worked a 9 to 5? How's 10 a.m. gonna work for you? Like, do you have the day off? No, I can just do it in between my lunch break. Hey, totally understand that. Look, I know how these things work, man. I used to work a 9 to 5 myself. My lunch breaks would always move around. I'm sure that yours probably do as well too, depending on jobs, what people need and things like that. Why don't we just do it after you're done with work? Do you think you could set aside 30 minutes with maybe you, your wife, and talk about your future a little bit? What time do you have available later this evening? Later tomorrow evening. Okay. Awesome. Now we can do 6 o'clock. That works. Okay, now I know that you said 6 o'clock works, but I'm just curious, like when do you guys have dinner? When does wife put the food on the table? Oh, at 6:15 every night. Guess what? 6 o'clock's not gonna work. When do you guys put the girls to bed? When do you guys put the kids to bed? Okay, awesome. Why don't we just have a call after that? You guys do realize most people don't think that a company like yours is gonna stay up and take a call that late? When ultimately, like someone that's going to show up to a call after they put the kids to bed, everything's done, they're in the biggest buying pocket of all time. Guards down, sitting here, fat cat, Oh yeah. What do you guys got for me? Oh, okay. Yeah, I love it. Oh, we can make 30 grand. Okay, and this is how we're gonna do it. And you have all these testimonies, you have all this stuff, and you've done all of this, and holy cow. Okay, yeah, no, I 100% believe. Oh, my wife's right here too. Yep, I don't need she heard the whole thing. Her vision's completely built. I don't even have to go sell it to her. Yep, here's my card. Like your guys' close is based on when you guys book them and actually build a plan with them on when they're going to be available for you to take their money. Like this is all part of sales. Like this, you guys have to think about these things. When are they actually going to be available with their money? Lunchtime? Not happening. Oh, 30 minutes. Oh, hey guys, I gotta go. Boop. Yeah, dude hung up on me trying to reschedule now. Like, yep, that's what's going on. Control the schedule. Like that's your guys' greatest thing. And it has to be something that they want to do. Because if you and when you guys start challenging the times, like Adolfo, let's role play this real quick. So let's say we're booking a time and I'm just gonna role play this and ask you. So Adolfo, you said that you were available tomorrow. Does afternoon or evening work best for you?
I think afternoon would be better.
Okay, afternoon. You think afternoon works best? Like you have a couple hours in the afternoon, or do you have a job?
Yeah, no, so I work my job, so yeah, I'll have more after 6 p.m.
Oh, so tomorrow evening works best for you?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. And you said you get done at what time?
6 o'clock, I'm out the door
Okay.
from work.
Okay, awesome. And how long is the drive home typically?
It's usually 30 minutes, so I'm home, let's say laying down, all settled in by 7 o'clock, 1 hour maybe.
Gotcha. Okay. And do you like pick up dinner on the way home, or does wife cook food and she has it on the dinner table?
No, it's usually, yeah, the wife has the food already
Ah,
set up on the
blessing,
table.
man. When do you guys typically sit down and have dinner?
Just between 7:30. Then we sit down on the couch for a little bit, maybe until 8.
Gotcha. Okay, you have kids or anything, or just you and your wife?
Just her and I for now.
Okay, awesome. So, and you said that you sit down around like 7:45, 8 o'clock-ish?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. Do you think if we were able to take like 30, 45 minutes of your TV time and turn it into a little bit of like learning about how to invest into your future time, you think that would be valuable use of your time?
sure, that's not a tall ask. We can make that happen.
Okay, awesome. And is that something where you and your wife can both be there typically?
Yeah, so I hope she'll be there with me. Yeah,
Okay,
should
awesome.
be.
And then do you have a computer at home that you guys can do this off of in case they want to show you some different figures or any type of spreadsheets or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I have my laptop.
Okay, awesome. And then you're pretty familiar with Zoom, is that correct, or is this Zoom thing kind of new to you?
After the pandemic, everyone should know about it unless they're in a cave, I guess.
Absolutely awesome, Adolfo. So look, I'll get you booked in here for 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. And just to confirm that you and your wife will be there on the Zoom call, ready to go, ready to take some notes and be able to see any spreadsheets or anything that they might present you. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then at that point in time, you guys probably have a pre-call video that they're gonna watch. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I would start tying in the pre-call video. Book them in, get them booked. Okay, now, Adolfo, I got you booked here with, you know, John, and John he's a great executive consultant. He's a great advisor. And get to know them, get to know one or two things about them. You know, he's been able to help, a couple hundred investors actually get into their first property. So I'm super excited for you to actually be able to talk with them about how to get your guys' investment journey off the ground. With that, he is going to send you a video. You should have just gotten it in a text message. Go ahead and check that real quick. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, awesome. You see the link there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So when you click that link, it's going to activate a 30 to 45-minute video. It's going to break down a lot of the high level information that you guys are going to go over. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up a lot of really in-depth questions. That way, when you get on with John, you guys are going to be able to have an in-depth conversation, not really a baseline conversation, because we want to actually show you an investing plan, not just talk about dreams and goals. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, Adolfo. Well, hey, it was a pleasure talking with you. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think you made it all clear. We
Okay.
should be good.
Awesome, Adolfo. Well, hey, it was great talking with you. Looking forward to your conversation with Don tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then if you have any questions between now and then, feel free to reach out to me, and I have no problem helping you out. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Absolutely. You see like the connection even in tie downs that we built right there? And then I just built your whole schedule. I know what you're doing that whole day. Okay, you're working, you get off at 6, takes you 30 minutes to drive home. You're gonna eat dinner, you're gonna have some family time, and you're gonna be done by 8 o'clock. And you're gonna be on with us. Build a schedule with them. Super easy. You're in control. You're in the driver's seat. And then I build into the video, like the importance of the video. I want you to I don't want you to have like a super like blase conversation. I want you to understand everything that we're talking about. So the video is super important. Can you watch the video? Can you do these things? Can you do that? You're in control. Does that all make sense? Does that help?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. Edgar, did you get something from this as well?
Yeah, I did. That was really helpful.
Okay.
Really, yeah, set up that setting fog. I was actually setting Adolfo up to see what he would do there on purpose. So there's some good reminders there.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys, any comments, questions, concerns?
I appreciate all the feedback. Were there some things that I could keep? What are some points that I can stick to, if any? If not, I'll get like,
I don't think like I think all of it is just like more reps. Like it's not really like so like I said in the beginning, everything's judgmental, right? It's like I wasn't necessarily going on what you're good at. I'm just more dissecting what could improve. And once you can improve it, then it does better. Like the fact that you're here, that you presented it, that's the good thing. And don't like, and this is for everyone, don't ever take anything like this to heart. Oh man, Jared said this sucks. Oh man, he gave all this feed. No, it's all really good. The question that I have for you is like, are you going to implement? And that's the thing is like, take this and implement. It doesn't matter what's good because everything could be better. You guys are just getting started. So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you wholeheartedly.
absolutely. Absolutely. And if you guys need anything, like just shoot me a message, let me know. And we can get some things rolling, get a little Burr method squad together and do some call reviews and stuff. So yeah. Outside of that, guys, that's time. And I hope you guys all had a great session. Hope you guys got some really good nuggets, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Definitely. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. See ya.